y'all, this book. You know what's coming. I'm matching my book. Oh my gosh. It's not good for me. Jackson's over here making me kicking my feet. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be reading some really popular book talk books, but we will see. We're going to put these books to the test, see if they're worth the hype. First book is Fourth Wing. I just filmed reading the Throne of Glass series and I read this instantly after. I've already read it actually. I just want to talk about it a little bit before we get into the other books. So I gave this book 5 stars. In my opinion, it was pretty fast paced. Like, I wasn't just waiting for like this big thing to happen. Xaden and Violet are so cute and I cannot wait for the second one to come out. I've already pre-ordered it. It is about this girl named Violet. She's the daughter of a general in like their country, and they have like these 4 schools that they can go into once they come of like this certain age. So it's kind of like Divergent, where you're gonna pick something. She has been training her whole life to be a scribe, but her mom forces her to go into the writer's quadrant. Basically, you're following along in the book as she getting through challenges and making friends. I love the dragons. They are like a whole character, like a whole person. So they give so much like sarcasm and sass. Skip to this time on the screen, but I'm going to talk about a little bit of spoilers and like kind of my thoughts that I had on this book. So first off, I just want to touch on Dane. So I was like giving him the benefit of the doubt, like mainly the whole book. Just like constantly was like telling her how bad she was basically. How do you expect her to be your friend when you are being like that? I am just so ready for the next book when her and Dane actually meet again and she can confront him. I loved her and Xaden. I think they were so cute. I figured that he was working with the enemy. So at the last page you find out that Brennan is still alive, and I actually did not see that coming. I thought it was going to be the dad that was still alive, and she just kind of led on to her dad like knowing all this stuff, and so I thought somehow her dad was still going to be alive. And when Liam died, oh my gosh, literally I was so sad. He was one of my favorite characters. That is all that I have to say about this, so we can go on to the next book. The next one we're going to be reading is The Inheritance Games. I'm really excited. I don't really know what this is about, so I'll give you guys like a summary when I actually get into it. I have started The Inheritance Games. I am on chapter 11. This is a really quick read. Like, the font is huge. The chapters are really short. So it starts out, this girl named Avery. She's living with her half-sister. One day while Avery's at school, she gets called into the office, and this guy is like, I have been trying to get a hold of you for weeks. His name is Grayson Hawthorne. You're stated in my father's will. His father was Tobias Hawthorne, which was like a billionaire, and it turns out all the grandkids, all the kids only get a few $100,000. Avery gets everything that's left. That's what this kind of reminds me of. I think it's called Knives Out. This is gonna be a spoiler-free vlog. I'll get back to you guys when I've read a little bit more. Guys, this is why bookstagram is not good. It's not good for me. I didn't know they were making new special editions for the 4th one. I'm like literally tearing up. I have to get that. I think I'm gonna order it in broke. But if I have all special editions and not the first one, then what's the point in getting the special edition? It only comes once in a lifetime, and I don't want to pay $50 down the road for it. So okay, this has sent me down a rabbit hole. It's like Prime Day, I'm pretty sure, and there's so many books that are on sale right now. Guys, so it is, I think, like 2 days later. I actually already finished The Inheritance Games. I'm matching my book. I just feel like that. But yeah, it was really good. I think I'm gonna give this one either a 4 or 4.5. I really liked it. Definitely remind me of Knives Out. I already ordered the 2nd and the 3rd book, and I'm so excited to start them. It kind of left off on a little cliffhanger. I want more romance. I don't know if the rest of the series has more romance with it, but there's obviously some kind of connection going on in it. I just don't know how it's gonna play out. It's kind of like Stefan and Damon, and you're just like, she's not gonna stay with Stefan. She's gonna go to Damon. I don't know. Hello. Want to say hi to the camera? Say hi. So let's pick out a book to read next. My room. Oh my gosh, look at this. That's my desk. It's really bad because I have 4 exams this week. So here's my dilemma. All of these are series, and I normally do not like reading a next book while I'm in the middle of a series. The Naturals, Red Rising, and Red Queen. And I'm feeling Red Queen. We're gonna go with Red Queen. So I read The Inheritance Games, you saw that. And I got my books in from Amazon. So I read The Hawthorne Legacy, and then I started on the final gambit, and I'm about to finish it. Let's get to reading. I think I did. I said that I was pausing on reading Red Queen. I wanted to finish the Inheritance Games series. I finished them within like 4 days probably. The covers are just beautiful. I love the colors, but also like all the little details. I really like the series. One thing is, thought there was gonna be more romance, and I think I've heard someone say like it's not super romance heavy. I didn't like how it ended, or I didn't like who she ended up with, I guess. The ending was okay, like it was sweet, but it felt like there was so many more things that were unanswered. So it was like, why did the series end? If you've read the Inheritance Games, even the first one, you can kind of tell she's like choosing between kind of two guys. There's kind of like a love triangle. I just did not expect her to be with the person she is at the end of this book. What? But even at the end of this, it was like she wasn't sure still who she wanted to be with. And maybe I'm just hoping she wasn't sure. I know there's Brother Hawthorne out, but I'm scared that it's not gonna give me any closure, so I'm like, maybe I shouldn't read it. And then I picked up the Red Queen again. I am now on page 184, which is chapter 16. I'm like halfway through the book. It's about a girl named Mare Barrow, and their world is split between red and silver bloods. And if you have red blood, you're born in the low class basically to be a servant, and then the silvers have powers. They're supposed to be high class. Mare is like living in this like terrible village. Her best friend killed her. Now he has to go to the military and he's fixing to leave. She's like, okay, we can't do this, we gotta run away, we gotta get money to run away, and it doesn't work. And then she meets this guy named Cal one night, and the next day she's taken to the kingdom. Turns out that she's actually working for them, and she's gonna be a red servant in the kingdom, and they're having this thing called the Queen's Trial, which all these young ladies of these different houses compete to win the hand of a prince. And she ends up falling in like this lightning, like this electric thing that the Queen's Trial is in, and normally she would die if she was just regular. She doesn't, and you find out that she had lightning power. The queen and the king come to her and they're like, you're just gonna pretend to be a silver and you're gonna marry our youngest son, which is Maven. So you go through the whole book trying to see how she's making it in the court. I'm trying to think of who the love interests are, and I really have no clue. Hey guys, so I'm fixing to go to class, but I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on what I read last night. I love Maven, like I really do, but a part of me feels like he's gonna betray her somehow, or he's gonna die. Again, that's not a spoiler, that's just my own thoughts. I've thought that since we met him and Cal. He just seems like too good to be true, you know what I'm saying? And exciting news, A Curse for True Love came out yesterday, but getting here today. It's out for delivery right now. It's currently 8 a.m. and I'm so excited. As soon as it gets here, I'm gonna start reading it. So I'm gonna try to finish Red Queen today. Guess what came in? Let's open her up. I saw the Barnes edition is like all pink, and so I was a little sad. I was like, I wish I would have got that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I just finished this book. I think I'm gonna give this probably like 3.5, just because it was kind of predictable. After you've read a lot of like fantasies and just kind of stories like this, I'm really excited to keep going with the story. You know what's coming. I'm about to start The Curse for True Love. I'm scared it's not even gonna start where we left off. I'm scared there's gonna be like time passed or something. If you haven't read the series yet, I highly suggest reading the Curable series before. I've heard so many people say you don't need to, but I think it's crucial in your thoughts about the main male character. It says for anyone who's ever hoped for a second chance. Hey guys, so I'm currently on chapter 8, page 78, and a character still hasn't been introduced, and if you've read this book, you know the struggle. I'm just waiting. I'm like, come on, bro. I got Aiden to read Akhtar. He has been reading it, and he's at the point where she goes under the mountain. I'm so excited to see his reaction. I'm just waiting for him to read this book, so then he can move on to the next one, because if you know, you know. Y'all, there's a book. Jackson's over here making me kicking my feet. I actually already finished this. Y'all, I could cry. So I really liked Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After. I don't know, like the epilogue, Stephanie Garber, your epilogue like was such a cool idea. I don't know, I just loved it and it was so cute. Hey guys, so I'm editing this and I just wanted to make a little adjustment to what I said about this book. I initially said it was a 5-star after I read it. I really liked the epilogue a lot. I just thought it was a really cool idea. I feel like it made me think that it was a 5-star, but in reality I think it's probably a 4 or a 4.5. You've probably heard a lot of reviews on it. It did not have the same vibe as the last two. At least it did not have the same vibe as The Ballad of Never After. There just wasn't a lot happening in it. It was like everything kind of got pushed to the end. It gave more of the character that nobody wanted than Jax. Yeah, we just didn't really get a lot of him, and that's really what everybody loved. I just wanted more. It really felt shallow. Like, I'm gonna be honest. It did not feel like a deep love story, and so I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars, maybe 4.25. It's still a good book, and I still highly recommend it, but that's just my thoughts on it. But let's get right back into the video. I'm about to start Glass Sword. I'm about 75% through. It's still good, but it's just been taking me a while to get through. I was expecting more romance, and it's not really happening at all. Hey guys, so I'm rushing right now. Turns out my Iron Flame is delayed for 2 weeks, and I'm scared they're gonna cancel it at this point. So today is the release day. It's November 7th, and my Barnes, it's already 5 p.m. My Barnes has 9 left, so I'm about to race over there and find it. Guys, I found it. Why didn't I look? The top. I'm so happy. I just read the bonus chapters, and they are so good. They're from Zayden's point of view, and I really like them. They're so funny. Boys, like, actually say that stuff.
Oh my goodness, it's Ozzy! Oh, he's so tired. He's gonna go swim.
I'm playing that.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
putting that in. If you took it. It's finally starting to get crazy. I'm on part 2. Something bad is gonna happen. I don't even know, but I'm like, how can it get that much worse? I'm just gonna keep on going. But right now it's 5 stars, so wish me luck in that Say So way. I finally finished Iron Flame. I absolutely loved it. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. Still gave me the 5-star feeling. I was still in love with it. I did not see the end coming. I knew something was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be something else. I'm so sad that I have to wait for the 3rd one now. I'm gonna give some spoilers on this, so skip to the time on the screen if you do not want to see spoilers. So all of you have read it by now, and I have a lot of theories. I've seen a lot of theories on TikTok, and I honestly don't know what to think. I expected something bad to happen at the end, but I thought the Venom were going to take Zayden to lure Violet to them and to get her to change Venom. I did not expect them to actually like convince him to turn and that he would turn. I was like, why is he doing that? Because he was not going to save Violet. Like, and the fact that he did it for nothing. I think he's gonna get cured. If not, he's gonna be able to live with it. When they brought Liam in, don't think it was a hallucination. I think either Malik was like letting that happen or something going on, but I do not think that was a hallucination, because Violet has a second signet. Rebecca Yarros said that it's evident in this book. If you really pay close attention, it's obvious, but I have no clue what it is. And I'm not gonna go dissect that all again because I want to be surprised in the next book, if I'm being honest. I've heard a lot of theories. I've heard people say distance building, say resurrection. So a lot of people think that either her mom or her dad was Venom and they were looking for a cure. I think that she's gonna have some kind of power or something that's going to either wipe all the Venom out or erase what happened to them and like reverse their curse. If there isn't a past cure, I think that Violet might be it, but I really just don't know. Back to the Red Queen. Kind of like jumped around with books, but it's because so many new releases have been coming out. I am now on King's Cage. I'm gonna give Glass Sword probably still a 3.5. I like the series, but it's like not really picking up where I want it to. This one's probably a 4-star so far. Yeah, a lot more is happening, and I'm already like this far at the end of the book. I've heard so much about it that there's so many twists, and there hasn't been. Like, most of the first book guessed what was gonna happen. I guess I expected top tier like Shatter Me is to me, and it just hasn't really given that yet. I don't know if it's like the end of the story is where everybody really falls in love with it or what. The romance just started getting good. We're in the 3rd book at the very end. It's kind of like their time away from each other made them love each other more. They met again and they were like in love, and I'm like, but what? Like, you didn't even talk about you being in love with that much. I'm hoping the love story gets a little bit deeper than this, but that is gonna be the end of this video. And let me know if you've read the new releases because they're really good. Yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you when I see you.